What's up, y'all? So for a while now, I've been wanting to make a little video, kind of like just introduction back into wanting to do more videos and everything. Because I also know just doing a video, which results into me doing another one, it results in me making better ones, stuff that's more entertaining, saying things that are relatable, also informational, entertaining. However, I just kind of know it just starts with just having to actually do it. Right now, my son's football practice, I've been actually wanting to go for a little while, which he only had like two, I think, already. But I've been wanting to go, and then he actually mentioned it to me, and I actually got cats, but they've been recently a little sick. So a lot of times, one of us been staying home for whatever reason. Every time one uses the bathroom, it's almost like they have to step on it, get whatever the feces, the pee on it, plus like the litter. Then they're running around, and then they're trying to cut you with the claws. You're cleaning them, so it's been better for someone to stay home. So I figured I'd take him, and my girl stayed home with the cats and everything, and she does a lot, so it was just good for her to kind of stay back, and then the guys hang out a little bit. Actually been pretty fun because it's been over a decade since I've been to any type of football practice. Since I was in high school playing, and I'm actually really flattered because originally he picked the number 5 because that was my number. uh, it seemed like it was okay, but then they were said that somebody else has been in this program for years now, has been using the numbers. You had to pick a new one, but and I was like, you know what? That's what makes the number significant to you, though. You making your own number instead of having somebody else's. But I thought that was pretty just awesome in general. I definitely got to get a shirt for the Park District and get his number on it and everything to show some love and support. Can't wait for the first game. Oh my gosh. Beautiful dog, a Rottweiler. Oh my gosh, a little girl, look at a puppy. Beautiful Rottweiler. But yeah, recently got some cats. Gonna have to show some videos of the cats. Two black cats was necessarily the plan. Originally, we hit somebody up trying to get one of the one or two of these like cats that a couple they had. They were like, "Oh, sorry, we have none left." And the next day, they're like, "Hey, we found one. We're not sure how we didn't know we had another cat left, but we do. We probably so that was pretty awesome." And then we like, well, he needs a friend. So then like 2 months later, so probably a month, then we got him a friend. So one's about 4 months, the other guy is like 11 weeks. It's fun, man. I miss having cats for sure. Like I just forgot like how much I would care and like love them and everything. But at the same time, like I just never had a cat that I loved so much before than Oliver, the first black cat we got. And then the second one, we're naming him Mikey Two Thumbs. We've been going back and forth with like names, and we weren't really sure, but that's what we like. I kind of like Oliver the Hungry, so, but it's ideally just Oliver, but I call him Ollie a lot. But I also have a Pity Lab that's about 10 years old named Bane. But back to it. So I'm in at my son's football practice, and you know my introduction video. So I actually want to actually point this out because I'm in a lot of just groups on Facebook, and I feel like a lot of whether single dad or just daddy daughter group or just other groups, all just kind of similar. I mean, like on Father's Day, I know it's not Father's Day, I'm a little bit behind, but especially on days like Father's Day and throughout, I know a lot of times like I'm not feeling it. I woke up and my kids didn't even say anything to me, and we just kind of walked past each other. And I want to say as a parent, like you should probably make the initiative. Like if it's not, they're just not doing it like you should, and you should be kind of just be doing it anyways, and just show them that they're loved. So like I know a lot of cases like, well, if the kid went up to me, if my kid went up to me and wanted a hug, like I would hug them, and it's awesome and all, but maybe the kid wants to know that you want a hug and that you're gonna go in and ask them. instead of them having to be the ones that bring it up to you. So just something to really bring up. I don't know if this dude was talking to waved at like a little kid or if he thought the camera was facing him. Somebody passed by the car and like did like a half turn around and like a wave. And I'm like, I don't even know where other people are. But take initiative with your kids. Go out there. Like my kid was going through a lot, and my girl was pointing out like he could use a hug, and I didn't go in there like, hey, you had a rough day, or you could use a hug. I was like, you know what? Like I had a busy day, and it was rough. I could go for a hug. How about yourself? I'm like, can I get one? I put my hands open, gets out of bed, and just gives me a big old hug. As we're hugging, I told him, you come to me with anything, talk, any moments. I'm like, you are valued no matter how you feel, and you just gotta keep pushing through, and like things will get better. But just know that you always have someone here that cares about you and loves you. And I'm not his direct father, so sometimes I feel like it's always a little more of like a barrier with kids, especially when it's not like yours. But my bonus kids, I feel like have had just so much love for me. Like my daughter has a lot of love for me, but she's kind of like me in the sense of she doesn't do the best at like showing it. So I guess something that I try to like work on too. And she has got like way better herself. Oh, but yeah, it's just all. But like, it's pretty awesome though. Like when you have like other kids that don't have to be calling you dad, looking at you like a dad. I never try to look at that role like to be called dad, but definitely not against it. I'm just not trying to take anybody's position. Far as I see it, they're my kids regardless. Whether they see me as a father figure, father or stepdad or friend, like I'm still here for them all the same. And even I try to just make initiatives. I try to make days that I hang out with them individually because it's even harder. I feel like to make them feel validated and loved. To let them know that like I really do truly care about them and everything, because I think people just kind of like assume that when it's your own kids, and the kid can be like, oh, like of course I love them, like that's my dad, and it'd be oh, of course I love them, like that's my kid. But I feel like when it's not directly, when people feel like they don't have to, it's kind of like be a scapegoat. Right? You don't need to. It's like oh like I don't have to love them because they're not my direct whatever. But I think that's what makes the love even like better, more pure, strong. That like you guys didn't have to love each other and you did, and that's what I think makes something just so awesome and special. And the biggest thing I'm saying is like just as parents, like we sometimes just had to stick out our necks either a little more or in that certain department of showing sometimes a little love and affection, especially like when you want that back, when you want your kids to hug you or be able to just really come to you with their problems. And hey, that's kind of the way you look at me.